up, and we'd be more than happy to stay after if anyone wants to, but we also want to honor your evening plan. So another Doug.
Hi, I'm Doug. Just a quick question. I understand last year there was a deep freeze and real need for short-term solutions, and I want to know if the city has a plan in case a similar situation
You're talking
occurs
about
this year.
shelter for
Yes.
overnight shelter? Warming shelters, yes. There, I don't have, can you respond to that, the warming shelter thing? I'm not completely sure where we're at on some of that. I know there's talk.
Warming shelters, I don't know, human solutions.
In terms of warming shelters for families, Human Solutions will open its warming shelter for families November 1st or a little earlier than that if we can, because there are so many families that are without shelter, and we will, as families come in, we will find places for families. So beginning November 1st or thereabouts, we will get everybody inside. If the temperature drops below freezing, if we get wind chill that puts it below freezing, then I would imagine, it always has in the past, and I'm sure will happen again, that local churches, your church and other churches will open up to make sure that everybody gets inside. And when that happens, the staff of nonprofit agencies and the staff of Multnomah County and the church people come in to make sure that churches are open and that they have food. So it would be, I'm certain that it will happen again this winter, as it has always happened. If the temperature goes below zero, or if it's wind chill below zero, the emergency shelters will open up for those nights. But that's 3 or 4 nights at a time. That's not solving any of the problems we're talking about tonight. That's just 3 or 4 nights at a time. The families we will always take in, but for singles, people are mostly going to be outside.
And then I promised one more comment back there. Thank you, Jean.
My name's Jeff. We're looking for innovative solutions, and going to the chief's point, quality of life is a major issue. I don't think anybody can argue the fact that there's a disparate group between homeless and the ones that really do truly need it, like the lady was talking about losing her mother, versus the individuals that are being enabled. There is a difference between the two, and I think the enables are the ones that are causing most of the concern within the community. To look at some of the solutions, I have 2 that were proposed to me. One was proposed by a daughter-in-law, which I think goes to the homeless. Going back to the gentleman that was talking about Red Barn, I think what we need to do to be able to make a sustainable community, it needs to be something that's a value-based system. It has to have something that the people that are there value, and it makes it worth it to them. What's in it for me is always a big issue. If you look at Right to Dream in Portland, I live in Gresham, this is my community, but I work in Portland. And they have Right to Dream. When you see the vested interest of the people that live in that area, whether you agree with it or not, they have value. There's a value-based system there. They are, just like that gentleman said, they're self-policing, they're self-sustaining, and it's been there for a while. And they don't have a major issue. It's the issues going on around that facility and what they've done. If we can set up some sort of system like that, where people feel they can go into this facility, they can earn their keep. Don't just give them the housing, help train them, have them do stuff like community cleanup, provide community services. They're earning their way to be able to reunite, rebuild themselves. That's what I'm hearing from the lady saying, I want to make myself better. Going to the question about the restroom, first point. An idea, just concept. Portland instituted a public restroom that's out down by the train station, and individuals have a location to go. It's been well maintained, it's cleaned, and they have a place. Maybe that'll stop them from using the trees and the bushes because they have somewhere they can actually feel normal and feel human again to be able to use that for their own purposes. It's those type of solutions that we need to look at that up front, yeah, there'll be some money expended, but in the long run, it's giving these people back their life. It's making them human again. And I think that's key.
Thank you. Oh, so we're going to just do a couple things to wrap up. Teresa, I'm sorry, do we have the comment card also? So, first of all, thank you on behalf of my colleagues here and for the rest of the City Council and for the staff at the City of Gresham. We have 120 people here. That means a lot. That's really saying something about the care and compassion and concern in our community. So thank you all. We have out front some brochures and some volunteer applications and I hope some donor envelopes for many of these agencies that are around, like the chief said, you know, if you have some money that you can pass along instead of giving it to someone on the street, give it to one of the associations. We also have, if we can have the CVIPs, I was gonna say stand up, but Joan, you're pretty. Okay, guys, can you? I know, I was like, and there's another CVIP there. Do we have others here? And there's another one. So, CVIPs is Citizens Volunteers in Policing. It's a program that the chief started. These are 3 of our fabulous CVIPs, and we are looking for more volunteers. You want to give a 20-second spiel? Oh.
Citizens Volunteers in Policing is a self-motivated volunteer group under the Gresham Police Department. We're self-directed with the guidance from the Chief of Police. To be a member, you must be 21 years old, either live or have a business in Gresham, and we have applications. You can sign up to become a CVIP member. Involved in criminal background check, interview, and the interview's quite easy, but we just want to see if you fit in. Our largest number was 40. Due to attrition over the last 4 years, it's down. We need to replenish our membership. About 4 hours a month volunteer work. We had 3 patrol cars. We go out on watches. We look for graffiti. We look for damage in the parks. We set up a radar trailer for speed enforcement. We issue tickets for people who were parked illegally at handicap parking places. While on our while on our watches, if an accident happens and the Gresham Police Department needs assistance, we'll set up clear patterns with block traffic. And so far, everybody that's been a member has really enjoyed it. So if you want to give it a little consideration, we're back there. We can talk to you about it. And we have application forms.
Great, thank you so much. And you get a really cool shirt.
Yes.
So, I would like to ask Commissioner, I think Commissioner Phil just to say a couple comments, and then we'll do a couple more things, and you'll be on your way.
Thank you very much. Thanks to all of you for coming out, 120 people, that's amazing. And I want to thank you for all your compassionate and respectful comments tonight. We all are working very hard on this issue. It is a priority for the county. The county has put more resources into the homeless this year than we ever have. There's a group that's formed called Home for Everyone, and that's all the partners sitting at the table. It's a great collaboration. When they came to talk to me, it was formed by the city of Portland and Multnomah County. And when they came to talk to me, I said, very good, but you better have someone from East County on that Home for Everyone. And Councilor Eccles is the person that sits on Home for Everyone that represents Gresham and East County. So we're very pleased about that. We also have put $2 million into the Home for Everyone collaborative effort, and we have put $5 million aside for housing this year. We also fund the warming shelters and many of the shelters that our social service providers provide. And the one thing that I'm really very pleased and excited about is the Unity Behavioral Center. And you may have read about this in the paper, but it's a collaboration of 4 hospitals that have come together to provide mental health services. And when the person comes in, they're triaged. They can stay there. There is some long-term beds there in the facility. It's the old Holiday Park Hospital. They're revamping it. It's a legacy hospital, and they're revamping it. OHSU, Kaiser, is 4 hospitals. I'm going to get them mixed up. But anyway, I think it's very exciting when the hospitals are leading the effort. So we were very pleased to put dollars into that effort. We put $3 million into the Unity Behavioral Center. But the really important thing is that once they're assessed, and if they are able to leave, it's determined they're able to leave, the the services that they need are right there in the hospital. They do not leave without being connected with the service and building a relationship. And to me, this is something that really is gonna move the dial on our mental health issues here. So I'm very excited about that. It's still in process, but it will be ready to go soon. So anyway, thank you again for all of you. I'm happy to talk to you if you want to talk to me about anything that the county's doing. But this is a true all hands on deck effort, and just know that Multnomah County is standing with you. Thank you,
I know this is a big problem. We've got big heads here with lots of brains. So I think all of us together, we can get this problem resolved. And I look forward to the efforts that we're going to make moving forward. And it's great to see all of you here. And I think you did a great job.
Councilor Palmero? I know you can speak. Councilor Palmero is actually sick, so kudos for him for
I just
being
want
here.
to say thank you for everyone for showing up. I'm very proud of the citizens of my community. We had a lot of good ideas. I think the way we're going to move forward is by your involvement, your cooperation, and I think we can get a lot of things done here in the city of Gresham. I'm very proud of you, city councilman. I'm very proud of you living good. I'm very proud to live in the city.
So, this went much gentler than I was anticipating, which is the right word. And it really warms my heart because I hear really legitimate concerns and fears and those things, but I also hear just tremendous compassion and a real energy and interest in working together. And that just says so much about our community, and I can't thank you enough. We hope that you have signed up at one of the tables. We have a couple of tables there. If you've not signed up, we ask that you would. And one of the questions is, would you like to be informed of future conversations? And since you came once, I'm hoping that you'll be interested in coming again. And so make sure that you sign up. We also have out there a list of some of the initiatives that your city has been working on in collaboration with partners. I would encourage you to take this, and it may be on the website. If not, we can probably get it there at some point. And then there's also a comment card that you can fill out and leave it here, or you can take it home. It's got our address on it and send it in. It would really be helpful to get more feedback from you. But just one question by a raise of hands. How many of you feel positive about the conversation that we had tonight and hopeful? Wonderful. That's great. I see you. So thank you. We're here to talk, and we will keep you posted on future conversations. Please pick up the brochures, pick up the information, and pick up some food. Thank you, everyone. Drive safely.
All right, so that was the end of the meeting.
That's okay. Everybody was being positive. They would want you to do negative.
Honestly, I anticipated this a lot more positive, or negative. I thought this was going to be more negative.